Hello, my fellow limitless HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, and evening? How are you all? I'm recording multiple videos today, so this shirt is going to be on repeat. Okay, might have a sweatshirt over it because it was on in a couple other videos, and I just changed my hair. We were in a single bun earlier. Now we're in doubles. This video is something that I am hoping is going to help anybody either just finding manifesting, or listen. Maybe you've been on the journey and you were surprised that some of this shit came up in your mind, or, you never realized you used to think this way. So if that is something that's going to interest you, please continue watching. Let's see, what's my normal here? Oh, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're on the screen that just went by. When you email me, you might get an auto response, but don't worry, I'm coming back to you. You might have a little wait, especially if you're a new person, like the first time working with me. There's gonna be a little bit of a wait, but I will get to you, okay? Listen, as I said this before, there's a little bit of a wait list, and it's because I don't suck. It's because I don't suck tits. I just don't, okay? So it's worth the wait, I promise. It's worth the wait. But I am coming to you. You're not getting ignored. None of that, okay? What else? I have TikTok. I have Instagram. Everyone already knows, though, that YouTube is my home. Yes? Okay. So, and I have a channel membership. And I go live with my channel members every single Tuesday. Alrighty then? Okay. So, this video is some of the beliefs and assumptions I had whilst on my manifestation journey that I struggled with, and not gonna lie, was kind of surprised they even existed because I wasn't even aware that I thought this way. And I'm sure this has happened to some of you guys, especially anybody this drives me nuts. Anybody manifesting love and relationships. Well, first of all, let me say that I didn't understand states of consciousness in the early years of my journey. I didn't understand it. I had read Neville more than once. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that, but I had read Neville, everything by Neville, and still wasn't comprehending states. So that didn't happen for me until a year or two in to my journey. And obviously it happened during a damn solo vacation. If you're new here, that means breakup. So there were a lot of things around love and relationships that I struggled with. A lot of things. And before understanding states, I thought this was, I have to change my beliefs. I have to work on this. If you notice in a lot of my videos, especially my state-related videos, I push the concept for a reason. Because states of consciousness and understanding what that means to you is life-changing. Literally life-changing. It's 3D life-changing. And the concept that I don't have to heal myself in order to manifest my desires. I don't have to fix anything. I can just become this new person was also life-changing for me. Because at one time in my journey, I believed we had to fix these things, fix these shitty beliefs. And my shitty beliefs were running rampant. I've shared in other videos that, in my early 20s, I did, a numerology book and figured out that my numerology special number equals a long, list of short-term miserable fucking relationships. I believed it and I manifested it over and over again. Believed I couldn't get past 2 years in a relationship. And, I had to let that go. Let it go. And I know some of you are struggling with the same type of shitty beliefs. I also struggled to believe, especially when I was already within the manifestation community. I learned quickly that I struggled to accept and believe that anybody could love me. I always thought that there was motive behind it. I couldn't accept love at all. I wanted to, and I thought that I was. accepting, believing, trusting, and I was doing none of that. It didn't make sense to me that someone would look at me and choose me and want to love me. That didn't make sense to me. I thought that there must be more to it. And sorry, guys, this is no judgment on you. I just had a host of shitty beliefs back then. But I believed that, you know, for the most part, most men are only after one thing. The ones who are not, the ones who are looking for relationships would never pick me. Because I'm like a ball of energy in a relationship. I am. And I believed that as a negative. And I carried that with me for a very long time. I'm 48, right? I'm the oldie in this community. And I had those beliefs for a very long time. Keeping in mind, I thought they were beliefs that I had to keep healing myself over, which is why I make so many videos telling you that's not the way we want you to think. That's not doing you a service. You can choose to be the new you, but I really wanted to share some of my shitty perspectives. I cannot tell you that I would meet someone and I could feel the intense, unconditional love I would have for them, right? And I could see their flaws, but their flaws were never flaws to me. I still loved them unconditionally, but could never trust that they were truly in love with me because I never felt good enough. I'm a chick that has struggled with her weight her entire life. And I need to stop saying the word struggled with. But it is in past tense, so at least I've gotten there, right? But I struggled with weight up and down, right? I was a yo-yo dieter most of my existence. And that was what I used as the reason why no one can love you. No one can love this. Men don't like fat girls. I really thought that. I really believed that. Hence, why if someone was interested in me, and if I was interested in back, especially if I was interested back, I never felt comfortable to just be myself around that person. I was afraid that, like a dirty little secret, they were going to figure out that I'm boisterous, I'm sarcastic, and they're not going to like me anymore. They weren't going to like my personality. It sounds crazy because it was crazy. It was crazy thinking. It was delusional thinking. We often in the manifestation community get accused of being delusional. Well, we fucking are. We're choosing to believe delusional good thoughts about ourselves and about life so that we can start experiencing those things. But back then, we were just as delusional. We were just thinking in the wrong direction. We were thinking delusionally in the negative. So I battled those concepts, and there were others. There were others. A specific person, a lover of mine, could just talk in a different tone of voice, and I would automatically believe that's it. They're done. They're over. They don't want me anymore. And everything was always my fault. Not that they made me feel that way. I felt that way. If they didn't text by a certain time or call by a certain time or say certain words, that would mean that they were done with me. They didn't love me anymore. And I was very black or white, all or nothing type of thinking. It sucked. It sucked. And I remember when I would first meet someone and I couldn't possibly care less if I was with them or not, but they would eventually win me over, and then my feelings would come in. And, you know, before the fact of them winning me over, I didn't care when they texted or called. I didn't care. So it was happening all the time, right? They were pursuing. And then I would catch feelings, and then it would feel like the pursuing was backing off. And I would believe it's because, well, my dirty secret's out. They know that I'm not always, you know, a perfect female. I have a sarcastic attitude. I really thought that was a hindrance. Like too masculine to be silly, to be sarcastic, to be a smartass, quick-witted. I felt that that was too manly. And I also believed that made me ugly, on top of already thinking I was. That sucked. It was such a fucking miserable existence. Such a miserable existence. I loathed my appearance. Loathed it. Yet I didn't really do much. Like when I say like a yo-yo dieting, I was the up and downs. My downs were down. And I don't mean, I mean down mentally. And I would eat to make myself feel better and then beat the shit out of myself after for doing it. But it felt like a protection because I could live in that excuse if that's why no one wants me. I don't want anyone to feel that way anymore because it's a lie, it's a trap, and it is connected. Notice how I'm slipping this in. It is connected to the state you're embodying because your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions are always connected to the state you're in. Shift your state, decide you're the new person, and everything else will fall in line. The moment I realized that this concept of constant healing, constant fixing, was what was keeping me held back, what was keeping me from shifting, from changing. The moment I dropped that thinking was the moment I started stepping into the new me. Now, it didn't mean that I didn't have days where I would seemingly fall out of the state. Circumstances in the 3D could scare me and throw me out of my pleasurable state without question. And my old thinking would come back. Any solo vacation that I experienced, all my old thinking would come back. All the reasons. It was so easy for me to come up with reasons why no one would want to choose me to be their woman. It's so unhappy. And if any of you are out there feeling that way, this is why I'm sharing all this shit with you today. If any of you are thinking that way, let alone the other topics like money, right? Like money. Living in fear about money, afraid to spend money, afraid to believe that your life can change. I know it's a miserable existence. I was living it. And I had an intense fear that I was going to spend the rest of my life all by myself, which felt like an intense torture. But listen, there's that fine line of wanting to experience love in a relationship, but then believing that the relationship is your entire identity. And I also fell over that line sometimes. And when my 3D would not reflect in the way I wanted it to, that feeling of, no, that relationship, I have to have it. I have to have that relationship because that lets me feel okay. That lets me be okay. So I must manifest this person because I am unsafe without this relationship. We don't want to be there either. I had to work through that. And it hurt going through it. But I can now happily be in a relationship with someone that treats me like a fucking queen. But I'm still me. I still have my own identity. And I don't think I'm the ugly fat girl anymore. The funny fat friend was how I used to describe myself. Your life can change. You can manifest. You can create a loving, fulfilling relationship, no matter what that 3D shows you, with deciding you are this new version of yourself. That is all I have done. I didn't spend time feeling like I had to heal me. I had to see what was the thinking, right? We address We look at ourselves, we be authentic to what our mind is really saying to ourselves. But after identifying, okay, this is who I'm truly saying I am. This is who it is. This is who I think I am at the core. Those are lies. And I'm not going to be her anymore. This is who I'm going to be. And whatever that means to you. Only you know what you truly want to experience in life. You just have to decide that you are now that version. What do you think, Poop? Do you agree? It really can be that simple. That's all I've done. Is even in the moments that I'm concerned, afraid, I don't allow those moments to overtake me. I might need to cry. I might allow myself to accept that how I feel is always valid. But I do remind myself who I am, why these thoughts are coming in, who am I believing I am right now, and if it's not my ultimate goal of who I want to be, right? Sexy, sassy, saucy. That I allow myself the reminder of, okay, this is temporary. This is not my truth. This is not my truth. I do have the ability to step into the new me. I do. And I allow myself to shift. And every fucking one of you can do the same thing. I know that probably sounds too good to be true, especially if you're newer to manifesting. I know it's too good to be true. I know that thought. I know that feeling. It is not. It is not. If what you're manifesting is a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship that you don't feel like you can't talk about because you're afraid you're going to jinx it, or you need to knock on wood, all the things we used to do because we were afraid to enjoy something in the 3D because it would be taken away from us if we enjoyed it. If what you're wanting is that type of relationship with a specific person or with new love, and new love can be anybody, celebrity, whoever, it can be yours without question by you simply deciding you're this new version of yourself every day. Every day, no matter how shitty you're feeling, you still allow yourself to tell yourself, no, I'm not this person anymore. I don't feel great in this moment. I'm not happy with my 3D, but it does not matter. I can give myself my happiness, that love, fulfillment, that no matter what, you're going to end up getting what you want. Because you do. You do. Even if you're in a scary moment right now of your own, where you think the world's against you, or maybe you're just newly in a solo vacation. Maybe your specific person just told you that they don't want the relationship anymore. So fucking what? It's not their reality to create in. It's yours. Keep telling yourself you are the person who gets what they want, and that you are here to experience all of your desires, not some, all. And your 3D will begin the orchestration or the bridge of incidents. I like orchestration better. It just sounds more sassy, saucy. The orchestration of bringing you that reality, which that lovely relationship or that sum of money or the new health, your new appearance is awaiting for you to step into by deciding you're that person now. All right, I meant for this to be a damn short video. I just wanted to share some of my shitty thinking and some of the things that I thought I needed healing and fixing over. And that by deciding I'm not that person anymore, with the repetition of doing it every day, life can be good. Life can be fucking amazing. And I'm forever fucking grateful for that. And you can be in the same exact position I'm in. With just a little change of who you are being. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.